Hello.
What's going on, everybody?
Hello, everyone. We want to just come and welcome everybody to our sweating for the wedding that we're doing with Key Ernest and Brianna. So, hopefully, you guys liked that live little reel that we had for you guys. So, we just wanted to kind of come on board today and give you guys a little information on what the sweating for a wedding is, how it came about, and myself and Collis are the trainers that are behind this journey with them. So I'll start off a little bit. My name's Erin Goodman. I am the general manager at the Fitness Mill, and Key and Bree, who are the owners of Bree and Key's Busy Bee Daycare, they will be in our new facility with us, and they recently got engaged. So we at the Fitness Mill, we always love to give back to the community and give back to people. So we thought, what a better way for us to give back by helping them along their fitness journey towards their wedding. So that's why we came about with the name Sweating for the Wedding. And myself and Collis, the trainers, are actually donating our time to work with them a few times a week. Meal planning with them using a nutrition program, and we are just want to take you guys on the journey with them. So, Collis, take it over.
Um, we wanted to offer them different modalities of training. And this is definitely a good way for also for the community to give back towards the wedding, and another way to showcase our trainers, our facility, and our community. Actually, the way we outreach to our community. Um, I've known Bree and Key for a long time. I've known actually Key on the music side for a minute. So of course, when it came time for us to do something for them, I had no problem with pitching in, giving in my help.
Yep. So what we kind of did with them is we started with a fit scan, which is our really state of the art machine that we have at the Fitness Mill that measures pretty much every metric that I can think of with your body fat, BMR. It gives you a really cool 3D image of yourself, and we started with that, and then we did a second one, and they'll give you the results after when I hand it over to Key and Bree. We've been working together now for about, has it been about a month?
Almost a month.
Almost a
Yeah,
month?
almost a month.
Yeah. So we've been doing that with them. They're training with me and Collis once a week. They're also taking our classes. I know Bree's coming to some of our Zumba classes. So we're trying to, like Collis said, show them different modalities of training. And just finding things that are, different for them and that works for them. I also put them on my nutrition program, and I gave them their macros, and I gave them access to our online course for nutrition, and we'll let them talk a little bit about that as well. But so far, we're about almost 4 weeks in. The training's going awesome. I will give these two a round of applause because they do not give me or Collis any grief. we are
They just do it.
we are tough, and
just do it.
they just do it. Even if they're dying, they just do it.
Just do it.
And they've been really great to work with, and we're really excited to keep the journey going and to see where they're at. And we're just trying to every 2 weeks on our Facebook page for the Fitness Mill. If you want to follow along, we're doing a recap of every 2 weeks of them, so you get to see like their journey as it progresses. The good, the bad, the ugly. Of the part of training, as well as we talk about nutrition and just talk about their results and stuff. But so far it's been good. So I would like to turn it over to them so they can share a little bit about how you thought of this when it came about. What were your initial, were you a little bit like standoffish a little bit? Like, I just want to hear from both of you guys what you guys thought of this.
Wanna go first?
Yeah.
Well, like I've been working out for a while, like off and on. So when the Fitness Mill came to me, I already know it was like game time, and I had to put the work in 100%. So I actually feel good. Like we're week 3 going on week 4. It's a great thing they got going for us. I'm just ready to ride it out to see where it goes. I'm definitely want to lose weight. 2021, that's my summer. Shirt off, man.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
How about you, Bree?
I feel like for me it's good because we motivate each other, but like if it's just me and him, I can slack more because
Yeah.
I know it's not like it's serious, but I don't really have like repercussions with him. I can just go upstairs or
Yeah,
whatever.
turn them off.
Yeah.
Crazy.
But it's other people, then you gotta put your all so you don't embarrass yourself or them. So I feel like it definitely is pushing me more when it's someone else pushing me. Because he was pushing me a lot ever since I knew him. He always pushed me to work out. But if he ever gets on my nerves, then I can just be like, I don't feel like working out with you right now. So other people, it definitely holds me more accountable
No, that's true.
to want to finish it. And I definitely want to lose this weight and get a real nice wedding dress.
When do you guys plan on the wedding?
We're trying for November next year, but depending on how all this COVID is, we might have to postpone to the next year. But we're shooting for November 2021. So
Nice.
hopefully we
Nice
can
one.
keep that.
Yeah. How do you guys feel from the start until where we are right now? Like, how do you feel different wise, motivational wise? Like, just how are the workouts going from week 1 to week 3?
I feel like when I first started, I was like, oh, I don't feel like doing this. I really just don't want to. And I was sore the first 2 weeks. But as it went on, like the third week, I felt way better. Like I really was doing more and pushing myself. And yesterday, you definitely pushed us. So it was like the first time in that time that my shoulders are really, really sore. But it's a good sore.
It's a good sore.
Yes.
As a trainer, right? From watching you guys from the first time I
Yep.
trained you and up until now, from the last time, you could definitely see progress. The motivation is different. Bree, you definitely look like you didn't want to do it.
I did it. I definitely did
You
it.
definitely look like you didn't want to do it in the beginning, but the thing is that you stuck with it. And this is also an opportunity to actually see each other aside from the personal side, from in
Yes.
the home and at work. You know what I mean? Because I do believe that a couple that trains together, and I always say this, and you can stays together.
Right.
You learn so much. You learn so much about each other when you train together, because at the same time, those principles that apply in working out applies to life. You encourage each other. You keep moving forward, no matter how hard the obstacle or the road is. You keep moving forward. That's what training is. No matter what it is, you have a goal in mind. You want to move towards it. And as a couple, that's definitely nice, especially when you're like-minded. So,
Right.
He always tells me that he's proud of me, so it pushes me a little more too.
yeah, no question.
No,
No
and
question.
I'm proud of both of you. Like I always say
Thank
that.
you.
I give these guys a lot of credit. Like they do not give us any grief. As trainers, we definitely have dealt with people, right, Collis, that
Yes.
just give you a lot of shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you
Yeah.
guys are like, I
That's how
tell
it
you what to
go.
do, you do it.
I mean,
know?
you come across a lot of people when you're a personal trainer that actually they come to you first of all, right? And they say, "Yo, well, listen, this is what I want to do." I'm like, "Well, damn, I'm the trainer,
Right.
You paying for my
That's what I
advice,
mean.
right?" Okay then. So this is what we're gonna do. And then they come in them days and they're like, "Well, I don't want to do this today, Carlos. Well, I had this plan for you, but I don't want to do that. All right, so what you want to do?" And then you just sit there and they make up their own plan. It doesn't make any sense what they want to do. So you're okay, this is why I'm a trainer and you're the client. I got
Exactly.
you. Trust me, I got you.
Yeah.
But it's definitely easy to work with y'all because
No, they're
you
great.
two
I
don't
have
say
that
any. But see,
in
that's
my head.
Yeah, I
that's sort of
keep it to
crazy though.
myself.
That's sort of crazy though because when you
don't wanna
don't
do
say anything,
Right.
when you don't say anything, you make me do more.
I just keep it 'cause I know
you
I
make me do
need
more
to.
because I'm saying, okay, they're not sweating, they're not really
Get it,
saying, they're not saying that, so I got to do something
Gotta-
else now.
gotta
So I
take
got
it up
to
a
amp it
notch.
up.
Yeah,
I gotta
yeah.
take it up a notch. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
But-
I enjoy it though.
But don't you feel like, so as a trainer, and Collis can probably attest to this too, like sometimes we need a trainer. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? So don't you feel like somebody like programming the workout for you is going to, you push yourself out?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course.
Structured. It's
Yeah.
easy.
Exactly.
It's easy. Okay, boom, 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 boom.
That's all we gotta do.
Oh, that's all I gotta do.
Yeah.
And go
Just
right
follow
to
your
it.
lead.
Yeah,
That's
it.
that's real easy. Like, I would
That's
never come to you and be like, oh, I want to do this today. Now I'm gonna listen to you guys, and you
We're
guys are the
always ready
trainers.
to learn anything new that we don't already know.
Yeah. That's
It's
great.
evident in the way you guys train. So kudos.
Yeah.
Big ups
Thank
to
you.
y'all.
Thank you.
Big ups to y'all.
Yeah. Well, Collis, do you want to touch base a little bit? I know our styles of training are pretty, similar.
Mm-hmm.
What are we really doing with these guys when we personal train them? Like what? Like more like what did we talk about?
Well,
High
core
intensity
stability strength.
core,
Yep.
yeah.
Core stability strength. Muscle endurance and strength. Those are the foundations to actually move on to having power. But we discussed this. I like to educate as we train. Per pound of muscle, you burn 50 calories just doing nothing, absolutely nothing. So people have this preconceived notion about muscle and fat when they ask the question, and it's always been asked, what weighs more, 5 pounds of muscle or 5 pounds of fat? Well, they weigh the same because they're both 5 pounds. They just look different
Oh my
because
God.
5 pounds of fat takes up more space than 5 pounds of
That
muscle.
drives me nuts when people
Muscle
say
is
muscle
more
weighs
condensed
more
than
than
fat. So a lot of people have a misconception when they say, yo, I just want to be toned. What do you mean you want more muscle? No, I don't want to be diesel. No, you mean you want more muscle.
Right.
When you say you want to be leaned out, you're saying you want more muscle. The body has to have some percentage of fat. You know what I mean?
Well, and females too will say on the other side, females will say, "Well, I don't want to, look like Arnold Schwarzenegger."
Yeah. It'll never happen unless
No, unless you're doing something else.
yeah, unless you're doing
Yeah.
something else. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? The body's only gonna produce so much
Testosterone.
muscle.
And, yeah.
in your lifetime. There's no way a person is going to put on that much. But for the most part, training is a lifestyle.
Oh,
I believe after like 6 months, you're into your groove of working out. After a year, you're on your way to doing things on your own.
Right.
You know what I mean? So that's one of the things as a personal trainer that we encourage people to do is to actually take on this lifestyle. After they done with us, you go ahead and continue your journey, your fitness goals, because after you finish with us, I guarantee you're going to want to do more. So, and then a lot of times I've encouraged several people to get their personal trainer
Training
certifications,
certification, yeah.
and they've gotten them and became personal trainers. Josh is
Yeah.
one of them.
Yep.
So, he
Josh
was
that
a
works with
DJ.
us. Yep.
So, yeah, man, it's a huge opportunity, man. And I
like
believe-
you said too, like I think that it becomes a lifestyle, and it's like getting up and brushing your teeth and tying your shoes every day. You just go about and do it like your everyday life.
And you won't feel right without it.
Right.
You won't feel right without it. I mean, everybody thinks it is something that you have to do all the time and go hard all the time. No, it's something that the body requires.
Right.
It's not something that you can think about doing. It's something that the body requires. A body in motion stays in motion. You know what I mean? Sitting still is like damn near paramount to smoking cigarettes. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So you
basically.
want to be active. So you know you already got a jump start on it, though, man. Y'all went up, man. Y'all definitely went up.
How do you guys feel with the nutrition? Like nutrition is 90%, so that's the hardest part. The workouts could be easy,
Right.
like easier part
Nutrition.
than going home. You always hear people say like you can't out train a bad diet, and I 100% believe that. So how do you guys feel with the nutrition? How that's going?
At first, I didn't think I was gonna be able to track every little thing, but now we get on each other like, oh, did you track
Did you
that?
track
need to go
it?
check that.
Yeah. See, that's huge when you're a couple
joke,
and
right.
y'all into the
Are
same
serious.
thing.
Yeah.
That just strengthens the bond between you two on some real.
Yep. And I know we got Key on eating a lot. Both of you guys have eaten a lot of protein, which is key for building muscle and key for recovery as well. So I feel like I work with a lot of people with nutrition, and protein's like the hardest thing for people to hit. So what do you feel like this is a trick? I know you guys are in my Facebook group too that talks a lot about this.
Well, I drink a lot of well, not a lot. I don't really try to drink a lot of protein shakes, but you have to, cause 2 scoops is like 60.
So you're trying to
Yeah. I try to focus on like fish, chicken,
Whole
beef, but the beef has a lot of fat in it, so we just gotta like buy leaner foods.
Yeah, the leaner the meat, the
Yeah.
higher in protein.
Yep.
He gets it in easier than me because he likes eggs and I hate eggs.
Right.
So
Got to find things that work.
yeah, I went to Target the other day and bought a bunch of like the Quest protein bars
Yeah.
and
Oh
then
yeah.
the pizzas. They had what we got, the
Cauliflower
chips.
pizzas.
Yeah.
Chips,
Yeah.
yeah.
And I didn't even know Quest had an actual pizza.
Yeah.
So, and that's like 28 grams of protein.
Yep.
So, and that's for half. So, we got a lot of good stuff.
You learn to like I said, you're in my Facebook group with all the stuff. You learn to like figure out hacks on
Exactly.
how to, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's a good thing too. But I know that's hard for a lot of people is actually the eating part, and a
It
lot
is.
of people don't eat enough, and you can attest that too, right, Collis?
That's a fact. The 3 areas that make up the calories when you talk about are called macros. There's fats, carbs, and proteins. That's what we're talking about. And depending on the individual, that's going to determine the amount of each category that they're going to actually consume
Yep.
for the day. So it's important too to stay on top of eating. Like Aaron said, that is a huge part of training. The reason being is that it takes a lot of training period is psychological. Just like life, period. It's psychological. when your mind is set on doing something, your mind says you're gonna do it. You know for sure that, okay, listen, ain't nothing gonna stop me from doing it. I'm gonna do it. Well, with training, it's something that people tend to think that it's something you could do on the side, or eating. When I say training, I mean eating as well. They think it's something they could do on the side, and then before long, before they know it, certain diseases are prevalent in each family, like in mine, cancer. So I'm trying to avoid cancer big time. Probably up to this age right here is where someone in my family would have had cancer. So me avoiding that means that I have to eat right. Over 70% of our immune system is in our stomach.
Yep.
So you got to ask yourself, what are you feeding your immune system?
Right.
Yep.
If you're constantly eating foods that are high in calories, and I'm talking about bad calories. You're talking
processed
about
sugars and stuff.
Yep,
Yeah.
that's when you
Right.
start coming across these colds, and your immune system starts to be weakened, and then other things start to set on. Training can actually prolong your life.
Yep.
That's just a fact. It's not my opinion. It's just a medical fact that training can prolong your life. I'm 52 years old, by the way. So I know for a fact that training has done nothing but benefited me my entire life. So, and I've been doing this thing for about 30 years now. So,
And I'm key on the fitness side of it 100%, but I'm also really big on the nutrition part. And I honestly feel like food is medicine. Like people just go gung ho to get on prescriptions or weight loss pills, and but if you can do it yourself through food, it's so much better that
and
way.
it can be done through
It
food.
can be done.
Right.
A fact.
Yep. Oh yeah, you guys started, so we want to go into what you guys your progress has been, right? So we did your first fit scan, okay, and then we did your second fit scan. So as of right then, what has your guys' progress been?
It was like 2 weeks later, so I was like 4 pounds down.
That's perfect. 2 pounds a week. That's where you want to be.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yep. How about you, Key?
I was 4'11", and I end up being, I want to say 406. So I
So-
think 7 pounds. That's
Yeah.
7.
That's what I'm talking about.
2 weeks. That's not bad.
No.
You know?
And listen, anybody that listening to this, people will drop weight super fast.
Right.
And that isn't what you want to do, because half the time people drop weight super fast and then they end up gaining plus more at the end.
Right.
And not having any muscle tone.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
Muscle
and being
mass.
skinny fat. That's what they
Yeah.
actually call that.
Yeah, you don't want
Skin
that.
and-
Yeah, you want to preserve as much muscle as you can. That's why, with my program with you guys, I have you eating a little bit more protein because of that. Because you guys are working hard too. It's different from somebody who's sedentary. Obviously your macros and your calories are going to be different from somebody who's not working out.
Right.
So that's why I try to individualize it to people to give you what your body needs. Compared to somebody who might have a desk job and doesn't work out at all.
Different
what I
from
mean? It's gonna
person
be
to
different.
person. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's different because the lifestyles are different, period.
Yep.
It is a science behind it. The thing is that I learned a lot of what I know from hands-on, and then I went to school. But for the most part, the nutrition thing was a huge part in school. That was huge. And it was the psychological aspect of working out too, because you work with different people with different mindsets, different
Exactly.
mentalities, and you would work with people with different disorders, eating disorders, because I had a couple of clients that had that. But for the most part, the eating part is the
hardest.
most essential part of training, because you're not in the gym. This is what makes eating the hardest part.
Yep.
The trainer's not in your home.
Right.
You know what I mean? So you go on and you be like, oh, listen, Kyle's in there and not in there. I do feel like, and I tell my class, you know what I mean? The reason why I like cake, I like pies,
Right.
I like pizza, but it's a certain amount that I can eat. And especially being at my age, I can get fat. That is a fact. I know I can. It's happened because my daughters reminded me one time. My daughters were like, well, listen, Dad, you're missing your six-pack. I was like, what? What? I went hard in the gym. My daughters told me this. So I was like, no. But my whole thing about training, man, and plus I got love for you. It makes it even that much easier.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? I got love for you, man. You're good people, man.
We
I
want
got
to see you
love for you.
succeed.
Definitely.
Oh, you're gonna succeed. I already knew about the determination by
Yep.
you guys coming in and just letting us beat you up. You just coming in and let us beat you up. You know what I mean? And it's
We
like
need
I
it.
told you, man. You guys are very, very inspirational, man.
Yeah.
This is something.
And people
that's
are
huge.
seeing it at the gym.
This is huge.
Just in classes, and he said yesterday, people were like, "Oh my God, those are the two from the
when we was
videos."
training, remember?
Yeah,
So that's got to feel pretty good.
it does.
You know, and it adds a little. Don't you think it adds a little bit more to the fuel to you? Like,
It does.
Oh, I gotta really.
Because we
I
can't
gotta
let
do
the
this to
people down, the
yes.
viewers down, and the people who are in our situation, or they probably want to come next and do the same thing with the gym and stuff. So we got to just keep it fueled up,
Yep.
keep it
And
motivated.
he was like wondering like a few times. He's like, that guy why is that guy staring at us? I'm like, he's probably trying to figure out like, oh, is that
Yeah,
them?
that's not.
He's like, I think he just stared at me because he's staring. I'm like, no, that's probably why he's trying to figure out.
No, that's key.
Right?
What? Oh yeah, and you know, and that's what Alex couldn't be with us here today, but we're so ecstatic that he gave us the platform to be able to do this because, you know, we want you guys to be the first forerunner of this, and then we would like to, you know, do this as a transformation,
Shout out
especially in
Alex.
the new facility, you know. So
We definitely appreciate you guys let us beat you up though too.
Well, we appreciate the beating.
Yeah, we need it.
We definitely need it.
Man, we all do.
as
man.
trainers, we kind of tend to like that, you know. Like, we're like,
I'm
yeah.
telling you, it's when you don't complain, you definitely get it, man. When you don't complain, it's like, okay.
Like, oh, is
Right.
that too light for you?
Yeah.
Let me
Yeah.
change it up.
That's another thing I want to mention too about progressing. Like it's like in the beginning, I was always expecting. For me personally, I was expecting super strength. Man, I got up under that weight the first time, man. I'm talking about I never touched the weight. I never touched the weight. I thought I was just naturally strong. And the first time I got up under some iron, man, that thing came down on my chest. I was like,
Humbles you.
I was probably like 17.
Mm.
I was probably like 17 years old, and I just thought everything. I was like, yeah, I could do this. It was only 135. Boo! I thought my chest cracked. Oh, man, that was crazy. But after that, I learned my limits. I learned my limits, and I always made sure I had somebody with me. But I believe that you two are definitely gonna
We do
push-
big things.
yeah,
Yeah.
huge, man, huge.
What? No, let's just
You're
just
young.
make it interesting for people. What do you think has been the biggest struggle? Like, we want to hear the good and the bad. We want to hear, like, you know, not everything's rainbows and butterflies. There's got to be something where you're like, oh shit, I don't really want to do this.
I ain't gonna lie. The hit style, like the 20 seconds on and 10 off, that 10 seconds is not really enough break at all. But I be dying. I'm
With
like,
the
man,
mask is like suffocating you because when
Oh,
you
my
breathe in, the
God.
mask goes in your mouth.
it's too
Yeah,
bad, man.
Yeah.
So that brings a good point. Not to cut you off, Key, but that brings a big point because people watching, they're probably wondering how the hell is it to work out with a mask? Okay, listen, it's
It's brutal.
doable. It's brutal, but
It
it's
is
doable.
It is doable.
Definitely
Because
doable.
we'd rather have the gym open
Right.
than not have it open.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Be
So
safe.
it's definitely doable. So look, I appreciate you guys doing that because showing people on like live TV
Yeah.
and all the videos that it's doable. But that's why I wanted to ask you, like, what's been the biggest struggle? And that's my fault, Key, because I'm the high intensity lady.
I love it, but you definitely feel it. But at the end of the day, I'm like, man, let's go back and do it. Like, we got back to back Saturday and Sunday. My knees still hurt right now. Nigga, yo,
I think mine is mainly the squats because I was doing it wrong.
So you want to work on your form.
So it was like making my back hurt. And
Yeah.
I don't have back problems, but because I was squatting wrong, and I still sometimes do.
But today you did great. Remember you said you felt
yeah,
way
I
better
didn't-
just
my
for
back
form.
didn't hurt at all. And
Good.
so I think it was because I was like bending over instead of actually squatting and
Yes.
keeping my back straight.
Yep.
Yep.
And
exactly.
it was like my back. I think one day you seen me when we were walking the track. I was like trying to stretch. You're like, "Are you okay?"
Yeah.
I'm like, "Yeah, I'm just trying to stretch my back."
Well,
Yeah.
and that's one thing Collis can say too is we both are big on form. You know
Form
what I
is
mean?
everything.
But it's gonna take time for you to feel what's comfortable for you with
Mm-hmm.
your body because everybody's different. Everybody's hip mobility is different. Everybody's
Mm-hmm.
squat's gonna look a little bit different until you find what kind of like you said today. Today your squat was great and you didn't feel like your back was hurting
Anything,
at all.
yeah.
Right. So it's gonna take the 2 to 3 weeks to kind of figure that out.
Mm-hmm.
But what would you say your biggest struggle has been, Bree?
I think mine is like kind of the same to hit, but like doing push-ups.
You did them today.
I know. I'm not a push-up person at all. And he had us do them and you, so I've been working on them a little bit, but I
That's
cannot
right.
do a push-up.
Can't get away. Push-ups are a mainstay in working out.
My elbows
never
go
get away from
out,
them.
so it's like I just got to
I
work
showed
on.
Yeah, it's something to
Doing-
work on.
I showed her how to flare them, to bring her elbows perpendicular to her torso.
Yep.
So that she's
And once you guys get the form on moves, like everything's gonna be easier. And like that's why me and Collis, like we sat and talked before what we're gonna how we're gonna work out with you guys. And even though we don't tell each other what the workouts are gonna be, but we said core stability, because if you have a strong core, that's the foundation. Everything else, your cardio is gonna be better, your strength training is gonna be better. And a lot of people forget to work their core.
Right.
You know, that's your powerhouse right there, your core.
Yep. To me, when people say the chi, that's your center right there. You know what I mean? If your core is strong, everything else is going to be stronger.
Yep.
You know what I mean? It increases the strength throughout your entire body for your legs, arms, back, shoulders, chest, everything. So core is of the utmost importance.
Yep. And that's why with the workouts we're doing with you guys right now, it's more, full body, compound movements, a little bit of cardio. So you
Strength
get the
training.
most bang for your buck when you're with us. And that's what we want. And obviously do. But anything else you guys have to say before we wrap this up? We have kind of a little surprise for you guys too today. So anything else you have to say, Collis? Bree?
No,
No, I don't.
oh, go ahead.
Yeah, I think I'm pretty good, but just to the people who watching,
Yeah.
we're definitely going to keep going strong for you guys. Stay motivated. As you share the video, like the video, it just keeps us more motivated. So we're definitely going to be on the road with that, getting everything up and going.
Well, the surprise that we have today, and I know Collis knows this, but you're going to find out now, is we at the Fitness Mill wanted to obviously give back to you guys. A lot of people have been asking us, like, how can I help donate? How can I, do something for them? So we actually have a fundraiser that's linked up above. It's a GoFundMe page, and we are taking donations. Every $30 donation gets a Sweating for the Wedding t-shirt
Nice.
from the Fitness Mill, and then we're gonna tally up everything, and then that is also our gift to you guys as well.
Appreciate
Thank you.
that.
We
So
appreciate
you
it.
can check that out. I think in the link above. Okay. So,
Okay.
but we're super. I know me and Collis have said that, but we're super proud of you guys. We thank Alex for letting us do this, letting us bring
Definitely.
the cameras in, and
We
just
appreciate
we at the Fitness Mill, we want to be different than any other gym. We want it to feel like a community
Family,
and
yeah.
family.
Right.
And I hope that I know you guys see that, but
Oh,
that's
yeah.
ultimately what we want to bring to the table at the gym.
when we tell people we used to have Planet Fitness, we had Retro Fitness, and then when he switched to you guys, I went a few times. I'm like, yeah, it does seem like
Yeah.
completely different. And when we tell people, they're like, oh, I got a Planet Fitness. I'm like, no, this one is
Wait till you walk in
better
the Fitness
than
Mill.
any of them.
Yeah.
So you need to go to that one.
No, that's good. And that's what we want. We want people to come in and see that why we're family oriented, why we're a local business. So, and I know when I first met Key, I was like, oh, my guy's like a big teddy bear. I loved him from the beginning, right?
That's what my grandma calls
Right.
him, is her teddy bear.
It's exactly what he is.
She
Yeah.
does.
I told
I
you
know.
around me and my son.
Bring it in. Bring it in.
I already told me around me and my son Khalid. Yeah.
And I know there's some times that he is really wanting to curse me out. But he's still laughing and smiling.
It's all good.
But we're gonna be on, we'll be giving videos every 2 weeks on social media. So anybody that's around, just follow along on our social media
Stay
page.
tuned.
Stay tuned for that. You guys can see the updates. We'll be doing fit scans. I think we said every month to kind of give you guys updates. And if you want to donate anything, you can click the link above. We'll put the link on our Facebook page for the Fitness Mill as well. Every $30 donation gets a T-shirt from us as well, and you guys can support our 2 local celebrities
Yeah.
in the making.
Bang, bang, baby.
But we thank you guys. Thank you for letting us beat you up.
Thank you guys.
Been a
Appreciate it.
pleasure.
pleasure.
And, we just hope that you guys stay on the journey and just listen. I always say share the good, bad, and ugly because it's not
Right.
always perfect.
Yeah.
And people want to see people who aren't
Reality.
perfect.
Yeah.
Exactly.
They want to see people who are like them, who are struggling, how oh, there's days I don't want to do this.
Yeah.
There's days I want to eat like
You don't
crap.
see that Hollywood
You know what I mean?
Yeah, like come on, man.
I just told him
Hollywood stuff, man.
this morning I didn't really feel like going because my shoulders were so sore, but I knew I was gonna still go. Obviously,
Yeah.
it was like, well, the days that you don't feel like going, you still gotta go. I'm like, that's every day.
Those days that count.
Wait, he's right. Those are the days you got to go.
Yeah.
Because listen, you never regret a workout.
Right.
If you get into that gym and you're like, oh, I don't want to do this, you start working out, you don't regret it afterwards. At least you
Yeah.
did something, you know.
Yeah.
So I give you guys a lot of credit for that. But
Sweating for the wedding.
so stay tuned. I think we're gonna come on here like in another month, but stay tuned to our videos and just cheer these guys along on social media. Give them a share, give them a
That's right.
shout out. You know, they've been doing excellent, and we hope that you guys watch the journey with us.
Definitely. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.